Primary 5, good morning, lovely people. I hope you guys are doing well. How are you doing? How are your parents? Maria Lydia, Samuela, Andreana, Rosel, Jesus, Pablo, Vicente, Sabrina, Majid, Aurora. I hope all of you guys are doing great. We are in a mathematics lesson, and the topic under investigation is perimeter and areas of rectangles and squares. But before we start looking at the perimeter and area of rectangles and squares, it would be nice for us to take a little look back on our previous lesson in mathematics. And our previous lesson in mathematics, we're looking at time intervals, calculating time intervals. For instance, if somebody's birthday party, let us consider Samuela's birthday party, started at 13:10 and ended at 14:15. What length of time did it take from the start of Samuela's party to the end of Samuela's party? We actually did this on a mobile line, and to move from 13 to 14 will pass 1 hour. That is 1 hour. And to move from 10 to 15 minutes will pass 5 minutes. So the total length of time for our party will be 1 hour, 5 minutes. We are just taking a little flashback on what we did in our previous lesson in mathematics. And of course, we studied the calendar. We studied how to convert time. 60 seconds make 1 minute. 60 minutes make 1 second. 24 hours make a day. 7 days make a week. 4 weeks make a month. And 12 months make a year. We saw all that in calculating and converting time. Today, our topic under investigation or under concern is perimeter of areas and rectangles and squares. Perimeter and area of rectangles and squares. So you know that a rectangle, we've done shapes already. A rectangle, this is an example of a rectangle. It has two opposite horizontal lines of the same length, meaning that if this line up here is 16 centimeter, the one down will be 16 centimeter. And it has two vertical opposite lines of the same length, meaning that if this one here is 5 centimeters, the other one too is 5 centimeters. That is one thing we have to first of all consider about rectangles. Then talking about squares as a shape. A square has 4 lines of the same length. That means if this is 5 centimeters, this one will be 5 centimeters, this will be 5 centimeters, and this will be 5 centimeters. Those are the things that you have to bear in mind when talking about squares. So let us start with A, perimeter of rectangles and squares. Perimeters of rectangles and squares. And under A we have small one. And under small one we'll be looking at rectangles. That's perimeter and areas of rectangles. We have an example here on the chalkboard. This is our rectangle. This line up here is the length, and the line on the opposite side is the width. And here our length is 6 centimeters and the width is 4 centimeters. And the formula we are going to use here, the first method is P equals to 2 in bracket length plus width, meaning that 2 length plus 2 width. So since we know that 2 length, we have 2 times 6 because we have 2 lengths, which is 6 centimeters, plus 2 width, which is 4 centimeters. So we are going to have 2 length, which is 6 centimeters plus, so we have 4 centimeters plus 6 centimeters will give us 10 centimeters. And we multiply 10 centimeters by 2. We have 20 centimeters. We have 20 centimeters. So this is the first method. P is equals to 2 in bracket, length plus width. This is the length and this is the width. And we say 2 of length, which is 2 times 6 centimeters plus 2 times 4 centimeters. Or we say 6 plus 4, which gives us 10 centimeters in bracket times 2, and will be 20 centimeters. Let us look at the second method we can use for the same problem. We have 6 centimeters here and 4 centimeters. And instead of using this method, we say P, which is perimeter, is equals to length plus length, because we have 2 lengths, plus width, because we have these 2 widths. So length plus length plus width. Length plus length plus width. Our length is 6 centimeters, that's the first length. And since the opposite lines are the same, we have 6 centimeters plus 6 centimeters. 6 centimeters plus 6 centimeters. Then our width, 2 opposite vertical lines, they are also the same. We have 4 centimeters plus 4 centimeters. 6 plus 6 centimeters will give us 12 centimeters. 4 plus 4 centimeters will give us 8 centimeters. And if we add 12 centimeters plus 8 centimeters, we have 20 centimeters. I repeat, in this second method, P, which stands for perimeter, is length plus length, the first length plus the second length, plus width, plus the first width plus the second width. That is why we have length plus width. So all lengths of the horizontal lines are the same. So we have 6 centimeters plus 6 centimeters, which is length, 4 centimeters plus 4 centimeters, which is width. So when we have 6 plus 6 centimeters, it gives us 12 centimeters. 4 plus 4 centimeters, it gives us 8 centimeters. And if we add 8 centimeters plus 12 centimeters, it is the same thing like this. Where we have here 2 plus 8 is 10, you put 0 and carry 1. 1 plus 0 is 0, plus the one we carry we have 2. So it becomes 20 centimeters. That is the first thing we have done about rectangles. 2 methods we have used in looking at the rectangles, the perimeter of rectangles. Let us now look at the perimeter of a square. The perimeter of a square. Example 1. What is the perimeter of the square below? We know that a square has 4 lines that are of the same length. They are of the same length. So we look at our square here. We have decided to label our square here. All the sides are A. So we have the first A is 5 centimeters. The first A is 5 centimeters. And so if we want to know the perimeter of our square, it will be P equals to A plus A plus A plus A, because we have 4 sides. Each A stands for 1 side of the square. So since we know the size of one side, which is 5 centimeters, we'll now say P perimeter equals to 5 centimeters plus 5 centimeters plus 5 centimeters plus 5 centimeters. So how many 5s do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 5s are identifying the 4 sides of the square. So we add our 5. 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 5 is 15, plus 5 is 20. So our answer will be 20. Our answer is 20 centimeters. 20 centimeters. Okay, we take a second example. In this second example, we have been given a square, and the sides of the square have been labeled CCC. We must not have A all the time. Any letter can be used to represent a side. So one side is 10 centimeters. One side is 10 centimeters, and we have 4 sides. So our perimeter is C plus C plus C plus C, which is the same as 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. So if you add all these 10s, which would be the same thing as 10 plus 10 is 20, 10 plus 10 is 20, and 20 plus 20 is 40. So this our square, the perimeter is 40 centimeters. Okay, we will continue to look at the other side of our lesson. The other side of our lesson, and in this other side, we are going to look at the square, the area of a rectangles, and the area of squares. The area of rectangles and the area of squares. Area of rectangles and... Have you started? Okay, we are looking at the second part, which is what? Area of rectangles and square. That is why we have B, area of rectangles and square. So we start with B1, which is area of rectangles. Area of rectangles. What is the formula when we want to look at the area of a rectangle? The area of a rectangle. Example 1, find the area of this rectangle. We know that the horizontal line up and down are the length, and the vertical lines on the left and the right are the width. So the formula for looking for the area of a rectangle, we have a solution. Area equals to L times W. L stands for length and W stands for width. L stands for length, W stands for width. So the formula is L times W. L is length, W is width, which is length times width. And what is the length? For the length, we have 7 centimeters. Look at it very well. Length, 7 centimeters. Width, 3 centimeters. Meaning that this other side is 3 centimeters. Meaning that this other side is 3 centimeters. So if we multiply length times width, length is 7 centimeters, which is 7 centimeters length times width, which is 3 centimeters. It will be 7 times 3, which if you calculate is 21. And if you notice in area, the answer is written in centimeters square. The little 2 on top of M stands for square. Centimeters square. So we have 21 centimeters square. 21 centimeters square. 21 centimeters square. So let us look at a second example. A second example under areas of a rectangle. Areas of a rectangle. Example 2. So let us say we have a rectangle. A rectangle whose area is 5 centimeters and 3 centimeters. And you know that area equals to length times width. Area is equals to length times width. What is our length? Jesus. What is our length? We've said the two opposite horizontal lines are our length, and the two opposite vertical lines are our width. So the length here is 5 centimeters, and the width here is 3 centimeters. So length times width will be 5 centimeters, which is our length, times 3 centimeters, which is our width. And if you multiply 5 times 3, you are going to have 15 centimeters square. You are going to have 15 centimeters square. So that will be the area of this our rectangle. That will be the area of this our rectangle. Remember, the formula is length times width. Length times width. Length times width. L times W, standing for length times width. Since length is 5 centimeters, we multiply by width, which is 3 centimeters, and 5 times 3 is 15 centimeters. And when it is area, we write our answer in centimeters square. That is why you see that small 2 on centimeter on M. Okay, we are going to the area of squares. the areas of square. So let us look at the area of a square. The area of a square. The area of a square. Example 1. We have our square here. And this square here, we have level it all side A. It could be B, it could be C, any letter you choose. And one of these A is 4 centimeters. And we know that 4 centimeters, a square has all sides equal. All the 4 sides are equal. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are equal. So since we say looking for the area of a square, we say area equals to A square. A square, since we have letter A, say letter square, letter A. So, which is equal to A square, which will be what? 4 centimeters times 4 centimeters. 4 centimeters times 4 centimeters. Since we have 4 here, we multiply by the 4 sides that we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 centimeters times 4 centimeters will give us 16 centimeters square. Remember, in area, answer is written in centimeters square. We have 4 centimeters square. So let us take our example 2.